I'm Jackie M and I'm going to teach you otak-otak. Otak-otak in Malay actually just means brains. Nobody really knows why it's called brains, maybe because it looks like a complete mess of a pasty mixture. Now, there are a couple of different versions of otak-otak in Malaysia. There's the steam version, that's not what we're making today, and there's the grilled version, which is what we're doing. Now, to be honest, the otak-otak, again, it showcases the diversity and variety of Malaysian cuisine. The fact that I'd never actually had otak-otak until I went back to Malaysia a few years ago. But that did not stop me experimenting with recipes for it. I've had to adapt this a little bit to Australian, kind of like taste, and also to what we can find in Australia. Now, the grilled version of otak-otak in Malaysia is actually wrapped in coconut leaves, okay? We don't really have coconut leaves readily available here in Australia, so I use banana leaves. So let me just show you what's involved in this. It's very, very simple. Now, what you need usually would be some fish fillets, generally white fish fillets. Even frozen bass fillets would work perfectly for this. I'm cheating as usual. I'm actually getting some prepared fish paste over here. You can find this in the freezer section of your local Asian grocery store, and usually it would be labeled fish paste, and they can come in boxes or in bags, little pouches, okay? This is what it looks like over here. But if you have to make your own, like I said, just get some bass fillets, some redfish fillets, or some mackerel, and throw it into a food processor with a bit of water, bit of tapioca starch. You can use cornstarch if you want, bit of pepper, and just a little bit of salt, okay? And some of the other things that are going in here are a bit of crushed chilli, some kaffir lime leaves. Now, these are what kaffir lime leaves look like, okay? What I've done ahead of time is just thrown some into a coffee grinder, and this is how it comes out. And here I've got some fish curry powder. Fish curry powder is something you should be able to find quite easily in Asian grocery stores. If you can't find fish curry powder, any kind of curry powder will work just fine, okay? So this is what it looks like. And I've got some coconut cream, bit of sugar, bit of chicken seasoning powder or chicken stock granules, my go-to ingredient. And I'm just going to throw in some belacan powder, and again, is another one of my shortcuts. Usually, if you have trouble finding belacan powder, just get Thai shrimp paste or Thai belacan, or you can get a belacan block. Just slice off a couple of thin slices and toast it under a grill, and there you have some belacan powder, okay? Another one of my go-to ingredients, just some commercial fried shallots over here. So let's just get started. I'm going to throw everything into a mixing bowl, and I'm going to crack an egg into it and mix it up into a nice paste, and I'm going to spoon it into banana leaves, wrap it up, and then we're going to grill it or pan fry it. Okay, so in goes the fish paste. The chili flakes or crushed chili, the fish curry powder, the minced kaffir lime leaves, chicken stock granules, sugar, a little bit of belacan powder, the packet fried shallots, coconut cream, and I'm just cracking an egg into this. I'm putting on these gloves because I don't want to get my hands too dirty, and I'm just going to dig right in and mix this all up. So there you go. As you can see, it's a little bit like a cake batter consistency. If you find it a little bit too sloppy to work with, just throw it in the fridge for half an hour before you start spooning it onto your banana leaf squares. So next part with otak-otak, we're going to wrap them into parcels, and I've got some banana leaves. I bought these at an Asian grocery store, but of course, if you happen to have a banana tree in your backyard, you can always just cut them off the tree. Now, what you want to do with these banana leaves is that you want to cut the spine off, just like that. Best to use a knife. Get rid of that. And you want to cut them into, I'm very old school, so I'm going to say inches, into about 4-inch widths and 6-inch lengths, okay? And you can just cut a slit at the top and tear it off. So I'm going to put the filling over here and just fold up the 2 sides. And I'm going to use staples on either side of this. Some people have an issue with using staples. We do in fact use staples in Malaysia too. But if you want to be really traditional, you can also use bamboo sticks. Using a tablespoon, I'm just going to stick a tablespoon of this right in the middle here. If possible, it's nice to have a little kind of opening at the top, okay, so that you can just see the filling popping through. And I'm just using a staple. And I'm just stapling both ends of this. And now you're just going to repeat until all the filling is used up. Now, if you have an open grill, it'd be great if you can grill it over hot coals, but we don't today, so I'm going to pan fry this. And I'm just going to throw these on. They'll take probably about 10 minutes, give or take, to cook all the way through. And I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of oil over the top of this. You can hear it sizzling away. I'll flip them over and we're just going to let this cook for another 5-8 minutes or so, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. You know when they're ready because they'll feel firm to touch. As you can see at the moment, they're still a little bit wet. Yep, just perfect. I'm just going to serve this up. There you go, otak-otak, a great snack to have in the middle of the day, and something you will be able to find at roadside stalls in Malaysia, but something you can recreate at home very, very easily, as you can see from my recipe. So, selamat makan, as we would say in Malaysia.